So what is rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is essentially the accumulation and deposition of rainwater for reuse before it reaches the aquifer. So basically it's a collection and reusing of rainwater runoff. And the uses for the water that you collect include flushing your WCs, washing clothes, for garden irrigation, washing cars, paths, driveways, and also can be used for irrigation of the garden or for watering, providing drinking water for livestock. 55% of domestic and 85% of commercial and industrial treated water could be substituted with rainwater. So it's quite a significant amount of domestic water, 55%, and a very, very significant amount of commercial water that can be replaced with rainwater runoff. However, just to make a note, untreated rainwater is not suitable for use where drinking quality water is required. So in cases where there's bathing, showering or dishwashing that require high purity drinking quality water, for those applications, rainwater is not a suitable substitute in those cases. Rainwater harvesting, the process itself is relatively straightforward. Rainwater is channeled from the house's drain pipes, so where we've seen sizing the drain pipes, so instead of putting them into the drains, you basically divert the drain pipes into a storage tank via a filter. So there's an example of a couple of filters here. There's a filter at the top and an installed schematic of a filter at the top and an installed filter at the bottom right hand corner. So this basically traps any leaves, any debris before the water is then transferred into a storage tank. And the storage tank can either be above or below the ground. Better quality water, underground storage is the recommended option. Once the water is stored in a control system is then used to supply that harvested water to the desired services and or appliances within the home. And basically from your underground storage or your overground storage rainwater tank, a simple electric pump is basically used to bring the harvested water back into the house. So the amount of water available for rainwater harvesting collection system depends on, I suppose, number one, the key one is the local average rainfall. So if you live in an area with high rainfall, you'll collect a lot of rainwater. It also depends on the roof size of the property. So again, a larger roof area, the more rainwater you'll be able to collect. Also on the drainage efficiency, but we should have addressed that by proper design of our drain pipes and our down pipes. Efficiency of the filter, so again, how quickly will the water get through the filter that we've chosen on our rainwater harvesting system. And basically you can calculate the amount of rainwater that you'll harvest by simply multiplying the roof area in meters by the average rainfall in millimeters, and by the roof and filter efficiency factors that the manufacturers of either the roof tiles or the filter of the rainwater harvesting system will give you, and that'll give you your estimated annual yield in litres of rainwater. For sizing a rainwater harvesting system, you need to calculate the amount of non-potable, which is basically non-drinkable water that is likely to be used by the occupants of the building on a yearly basis. Key components of a rainwater harvesting system then, if we have a look. First one is water main. So you'll still have your water mains to provide your initial water use or water use in the house whenever there's not enough rainwater. So essentially your water mains is your backup for when there's not enough rainwater. Two, you will have your rainwater harvesting storage tank. So in this case, this shows an example of one that's an underground system. You will have a control panel for your rainwater harvesting system. You'll have a level display unit, and that basically tells you how much rainwater is in your storage tank, just a wee level indicator. You'll have an inline filter. This one here is 120 microns, so that's for filtering the liquid as it comes back into the house. You'll have an internal leaf filter, which is in the storage tank to take out any leaves that come down in the rainwater. And then you'll have an internal pump that pumps the water out of the storage tank and back to the services within the house. And then you'll have a header tank in the house that is filled up from the storage tank. And in cases when there's not enough water in the storage tank, that's when that then takes its mains water for a top up. So that's 8 main components of your 8 main components of a rainwater harvesting system. So with those eight components, it's a relatively straightforward system. As you can see, it's basically working with the existing system to provide sort of a substitute for your mains water, let's say. So there's your mains water coming in, and here's your rainwater harvesting in parallel. So the system works much the same way as your existing cold water supply in the house would work. So if you use, for example, if you flush the toilet, the water's taken out of the header tank, the ball cock drops, and there's a call for basically the cold water to be refreshed. If there's water available in the rainwater harvesting system, it's topped up from the rainwater harvesting system via the controls and the electric pump. If there's no water, the water in the rainwater harvesting system's not there, then it uses the mains water to top up the cylinder. So you never run out of water one way or the other. You'll always have the rainwater harvesting or the mains backup.